Hey there, guys, and welcome back to the Two Players Podcast, episode 70. We're going to be talking about some news, games we've been playing recently, and then the Spider-Man DLC that just came out, Chapter 1, The Heist. So, first piece of news is that Skybound CEO wants to finish the final season of The Walking Dead 100% with former Telltale staff, and then if they can't fill that role with former staff, I believe he said that he'll, fill those with new people. So, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, if they want the job, then, I think that's good. So they just finish what they started. But I'm pretty sure a lot of the staff are going to be, not too pleased with it. Was they got fired, and now they're getting rehired to, just finish this one thing, and then they're just going to get fired again. Well, not fired, but, let go.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems I get that they want to, finish what they started, obviously, because that's kind of scummy that you just, hey, we're just going to close down now while finishing the final season of Walking Dead. But I also feel like the staff has every right to not want to do this after being mistreated and stuff like that when they were working with Telltale. But I think it's a good proposal to them. It's hey, we're just gonna finish the last season and then that's it. And then I guess it is work, right? I'm pretty sure they're not gonna find a job immediately, so I guess this is nice for them, just so they can find something else while they're doing this. But it still feels just a little scummy,
Yeah, it's kind of like a double-edged sword. If you don't take it, you're sort of saying to the fans, we actually don't want to finish this game, but at the same time, you have your own personal reasons as to why you probably won't want to finish it. So it goes both ways, whether they want to or not. I'm sure that Skybound Games are going to do their damnedest to give Clementine the conclusion that she deserves. Yeah. So all I'm at this point looking forward to is how the final 2 episodes are going to be. But if the Telltale staff want to take it up for themselves, they can. But if not, that's fine by them, to be honest. I'm not going to be mad at them because, it's their choice and they have their own reasons as to why they probably wouldn't want to do it. So,
yeah. I'm just hoping that the game does get a proper conclusion. I hope it's just not, left to dry. But still, I understand if not every single staff member wants to be on board here because, again, the way it happened just seems like a lot of mismanagement, and that's just frustrating as a developer. So,
yep.
All right, so some other bad news. Days Gone has been delayed to April 26th. So I believe it's supposed to come out in February, right? That was the original release date?
February.
Yeah. So this is a game that I'm sure some people is just under the radar. For me personally, I'm not too excited about it because it's just a zombie game. It's an exclusive by Sony, and they've been hitting it out of the park. But this game still doesn't really interest me. I don't know about you. I don't know what this delay is about. But if it's about some frame rate issues, because I know there is a lot of zombies on screen, and the way they program them, how they act like water and just how they move in a swarm is very impressive. But it could be some techno, some tech they had to fix with that. I mean, that's my guess for the delay. But I don't know. I'm still not too sure about this game. I don't really care that much. But it's still pretty sad that they had to delay it pretty far into 2019.
From February to April is a decent delay. But as for me, when it comes to my impression of the game, I'm sort of in the same camp as you, but I feel like this is a hidden gem, low key or something like that.
Yeah.
But Days Gone, they haven't shown anything impressive. That's the thing, and I think Sony is taking this delay as a way to also market the game a lot better because we're almost at the end of 2018, so we don't really know much about the game. And then if it were to just shadow drop as the original release date, February 22nd, and then people would just be oh look, this game came out, it wasn't really hyped up in a way. So I think that this delay will just benefit them.
Yeah, I think you're right there because literally the only thing they have shown to us, the reason why you want to buy this game is because the zombies move in cool ways, and that's about it. I haven't really seen anything that looked too interesting besides the whole zombie physics. So hopefully they do more, they have more time to just advertise the game and show us why we should care. But until then, I'm still not too convinced about it.
Yeah, because right now it just kind of looks like a dude lost his girl and now he's in the zombie apocalypse or something like that.
Yeah, that's about it. And I've seen it.
It's not that interesting, but delayed nevertheless. Next, I guess I'll talk about these two together. Iron Fist got canceled, and then a week later, Luke Cage got canceled by Netflix. So, when it comes to... Oh, shoot, I put the same link for both of these articles.
Good job.
Bad. But Luke Cage and Iron Fist, so I think a lot of people were more surprised about Luke Cage because Luke Cage was actually, like, a good show to a lot of people. But when it comes to Iron Fist... I don't think a lot of people were that surprised by it, just because, you know, the first season was just received so badly. It left so many people just like, we don't want to touch Iron Fist anymore. When the second season dropped, which a lot of people said that it was pretty good, but I obviously don't know because I haven't watched it yet. I watched a little bit of season 2 of Luke Cage. It's good, but obviously I haven't finished it, so I can't really say if it's like amazing or anything like that because... In my opinion, the first season of Luke Cage started well, and then around the halfway point, kind of just dipped because they decided to kill a certain character. But Iron Fist, it's like a guilty pleasure to me. I could see why a lot of people really disliked it, but season 2 really did clean it up, supposedly. But them just canceling them outright is just a little weird because, like, some people have said that it's because of views or whatever. And I think Luke Cage season 2 or season 3 got canceled was because of like creative differences or whatever. But there's no real like concrete as to like why these shows got canceled. Yeah,
I mean, one rumor, I mean, for Iron Fist, I heard it was canceled just because it wasn't that great. And for Luke Cage, I heard maybe like Disney just doesn't want these like hardcore Marvel things anymore since they're gonna release their like Disney app now or whatever, like their own Disney service. So maybe they just like slowly want to take this like show universe away because of how graphic they are, and they don't want the kids looking at it or something. Like that's just like a rumor. I don't know if that's true like at all, but it wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, like it also wouldn't surprise me to see more shows get canceled, like, you know, what Jessica Jones or some other ones like that, because they just seem to want to like just eradicate them. Like once like Daredevil, I know is like really good still, right? I don't know how season 3 or whatever it
someone is. Or I said someone because it was literally just a Reddit comment or a tweet or something. Someone says season 3 is like the best one out of all of them, which season 2 was a little shaky in my opinion because there was just so much in it, but it was still like, you know, like a good season. It's just that season 1 was just so solid. But I feel like season 3 might live up to the hype. I'm not entirely sure because I'm still trying to watch them in order, quote unquote, when you really don't have to. But yeah, and then there's like some people that are like optimistic and saying, oh no, they're just gonna do like a Heroes for Hire sort of thing with like Luke Cage and Iron Fist. I doubt that, but if they were to do, you know, just like combine Iron Fist and Luke Cage together, that would kind of make sense in a way because I feel like after 2 seasons of these two characters, there's only so much you could do with them by themselves. And supposedly the Luke Cage episodes with Iron Fist in it are very highly rated by people, so who knows at this point, honestly.
Yeah, I like the only ones I might see Jessica Jones getting canceled next, but I don't really see Daredevil or like Punisher getting canceled just because they're big heroes. So I don't really see that happening. And I heard Punisher was good, right?
Yeah, I like Punisher.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I think they just want to cut down the fat maybe because there just seems to be a giant bloat in like all these Netflix Marvel shows. Like it wouldn't even surprise me if Defenders get canceled because I heard the first season wasn't good at all. So I mean, I heard it was disappointing.
It was pretty weak in my opinion.
So it also wouldn't surprise me if that gets canceled as well. Again, it could just be because of the whole Disney thing, or it just could be like they just want to like get more funding for their bigger shows because they just seem to be, you know, they have more viewership and attention to them just because they have bigger heroes attached to them. Like I don't even know who Iron Fist is. Like I know who Luke Cage is, but I didn't know who Iron Fist was. I don't care. So yeah, it could just be that. I don't know. There's a lot of rumors, and I don't think they're ever gonna clear it up. But we just gotta see. But again, if you're watching Daredevil, I think that show it's pretty safe. It's a big one. So
hopefully,
if it does get canceled, something's up. So
yeah, something's afoot.
Yeah. All right. So some more weird news. Drake's invests into an esports brand, 100 Thieves. So. I mean, sure. Like, I mean, it seems like a thing people would do, right? It's just like, I'm just gonna invest in this esports thing. Why not? And this is what Was this game for?
All right, so I know a little bit more about this than you do. So,
right,
100 Thieves is a newer brand, a newer esports brand created by Nate Shot. He's a well-known ex-Call of Duty pro turned into a YouTuber. But he created this brand, 100 Thieves. It started out as like a clothing brand, and then he wanted to get into the LCS. So he got into the LCS and all this other stuff. He does have a Fortnite team. He has a COD team, and several other, things going on as well. But yeah, I think that within it hasn't even been a year since 100 Thieves has been like a official esports brand, because LCS started earlier this year. Mm-hmm. So the fact that he got Drake of all people to invest into his brand is a huge step into the right direction, because the way that 100 Thieves started out was with a multi-million-dollar investment from Cleveland Cavaliers and Quicken Loans. So
okay.
yeah, so Nate Shot's just getting more money to make his brand a lot bigger and a lot better. So yeah, this is just big news. And to be honest, this is really surprising. When I saw this, I was like, wait, what the hell? And supposedly, I believe this is official, Michael Jordan, he invested into Team Liquid as well.
What is happening?
Yeah. Esports are, becoming a actual mainstream thing, I feel.
That's because people see the money and it's like, hey.
Yeah, why not invest into, some of these teams, especially if they're looking promising, especially with Nate Shot and 100 Thieves, so.
Yeah.
Next, we got My Hero getting a live-action adaptation from Legendary Entertainment. Once again, I saw a tweet or something like that. Someone said that they're still making a Naruto live-action, which hasn't even come to fruition. So we don't know what this is gonna be, but in my opinion, anime should stick to anime. They could go into other things like games, but live action is not really a thing you could really do exceptionally well. I feel.
It's just gonna look stupid. It's not gonna look good. When Dragon Ball Evolution came out, that was just an embarrassment to everything. And I heard the Death Note Netflix thing was also just the worst thing ever. So just seeing My Hero, it also just taints the name to anyone that doesn't watch the anime. It's literally one of the best shows I've seen. I love My Hero, but seeing it just get ruined by this live action thing will make me really upset. So please don't do that. I hope this is just a thing they talk about but never do, because that will make me happy. So please don't do that. It's not smart. We all seen what happens. It's never good to stop it.
Yeah. They're still gonna try it though.
I know.
Hopefully we won't see it anytime soon. But yeah, I do hope that it doesn't come to fruition, but it is unfortunately a thing at the moment.
And even more bad news, maybe, I don't know. Team Sonic Racing delayed to May 2019. So they're talking about details about this game, and I don't know how I feel about it, because it's a racer, a kart racer, but you're on teams, hence the name Team Sonic Racing. And I don't know if I want that. I kind of just want another, what was the other one? Sonic Racing Transform. That was fun. Just give me another one of that. I don't want that dumb gimmick of you're on teams. That doesn't really fit the whole kart racing thing, in my opinion. But as to why it's delayed, I don't really know. Just deliver more quality. They just want to
take their time or something like that. It was in a tweet. But in my opinion, I think that this is a good thing. But to May 2019, that's before it was supposed to come out by the end of this year. Now it's being delayed to May. Jesus.
Yeah, that is really far away.
Yeah, so they must have a lot of work to do with the game. But you know what? Sega, learning from their mistakes and Sonic Team as a whole, they're like, hey, let's not rush the product out. Let's take our time, because we saw what happened before. So now they're just, taking their time with it. May 2019 is definitely a long way, but I think that this is a good thing, because once again, it's sort of like Days Gone in a way, where it was there were some promotional things like trailers and gameplay demos that we saw on YouTube, but there wasn't all that much that really got people excited for it, unless you actually played the game. So Yeah. Personally, I'm still like looking forward to it. Not hyped, not excited at all. But another Sonic racing game is definitely on the table for me. I would like to go and see another one, and Team Sonic Racing is going to hopefully fill that void once it drops May 2019, May 21st to be exact. So
yeah, I hope so. Also, before, I know we didn't put this here, but do you want to talk? Did you see the Smash leaks, or did you not see that?
Link it to me. What's going on?
Okay, give me a second. All right, so basically, there's like this whole leak from some dude that runs like promotional art for like he posts like posters and stuff.
Smash Brothers leak or whatever with the poster.
Basically, there's just a giant leak of showing the final, like, that giant mural they put at the end when it shows like all the Smash Bros characters and they slowly put in the new characters in. Hold on, I'm finding it right now. It should be like right.
It was on 4chan, right? Or
yeah, it was on 4chan. Yeah, I'm looking at the Smash Reddit thing. But hold on a second. I'm just gonna put on Discord. But basically, there's some credibility to it. I'm just gonna put on Discord there. Okay. There's some credibility to it because he did work for people were looking into it. Apparently, he did work for a company that does promotional posters and stuff. But it's still kind of shaky. Like, people don't really know. And the roster I don't really want to say it because I know people don't want to hear the leaks. But the people that were leaked just sounds too good to be true. But it's also like, it does look very convincing, the post itself. So it's hard to say. A lot of things have been going on with this. I also haven't been keeping up too much with this because it kind of just appeared out of nowhere like a few days ago. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's if this leak is true, that means no one has the right to complain about the roster anymore. Like, literally every single character you want is gonna be there. So if anyone complains anymore, I'm gonna be upset because I'm like, that's literally everyone.
All right, so sticking to your agenda to not spoil any of these characters that are on this roster. Yeah, I mean, you're kind of right. Like, they have no right to complain if all these characters are true. But one of them I'm most surprised by is one that's not even owned by Nintendo or even like one of their main third parties anymore. I'm like, what the hell? Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, some of them I kind of expected. Like, 2 of them are just Echo Fighters, I would believe.
2 Echoes that a lot of people suspect. So
yeah. So but the rest of the cast, I mean, it looks good to me.
Yeah. So,
and like, if this happens to be, there's no reason to really complain at that point. Like, obviously, if you wanted like some like obscure like character or whatever, like, that's your problem, bro. In my opinion, just because it's like, it's obscure, and did you really expect them to be in a big game like Smash Brothers? So
yeah. But it just seems like Ultimate just adding all the requests that people ever wanted, like Ridley and King K. Rool. Let's just say those characters are sort of in the same league like that. That's all I'm gonna say. But and this also brings up the point that there has to be like one more direct at least, like
yes,
like mid-November.
It comes out
December 7th, like really early December. So there really isn't too much time left. And I think the newer Smashes like to just show the whole roster. Even Brawl just showed everything like before the game came out. So I'm expecting the next direct or 2 to like just show every character. Because these leaks are getting crazy, and they just kind of gotta get the surprise out there already. Else more people are gonna know about it. So, yeah, I mean, I'm excited, but it kind of sucks that got leaked. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Sakurai said that he wanted to make sure everything was out in the open before the game came out. So, we're probably gonna see the full official roster, but this leak, it does look convincing, but I'm kind of like the person that just looks at leaks and is just kind of like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also the same way because I'm also like, it looks too good to be true, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it could be real, but we'll just have to wait and see.
The game just makes no sense anymore. You just release whatever, Dean. I don't know.
Just release the game, damn it.
Yeah, I just want it.
All right, so games and movies and shows. So I guess I'll go first.
Go ahead.
Quick. So Super Mario Party, we played that once again, and we played Partner Party. So when I did my review, I played it with CPUs, and when we played it with 3 other people, I quickly realized that turns take a long time because people want to strategize so much and want to make sure that they get the most out of, their movement, since you can actually control where you go.
Yeah.
So it can take a very long time when it comes to moving around and stuff.
Yeah, because when you roll, you have to get the exact number and like land on the space if you want the star, right? Isn't that how that works in that one?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that seems like really annoying. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be because if you need like an even number and you happen to get an odd number, you're like, oh, god damn it.
Yeah.
So you kind of just screwed at that point. But I still find the game mode to be pretty fun. And then what's it called? I saw the new Halloween movie. That is a pretty good movie. I haven't watched like any of the previous ones, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. I'm not a Halloween fan or a horror movie person at all. But I found that the new Halloween movie was pretty enjoyable, entertaining. So
was it scary?
It's a thriller, so
okay, that's good.
It's not like, like, holy shit, like, how did this happen? It's sort of like, Michael Myers doing Michael Myers things,
Yeah, okay.
So, or then I watched some of Kill la Kill.
Hell yeah.
So I got up to episode 4, and that was the episode where like they have to get to school on time or something like that. I was like, is this a filler episode?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like this, like by the end of it, I was like nothing happened. So
they were like driving the thingy, right? And then it's like yeah, that's a filler.
And then like the each member of the family, including the dog, like freaking bloody nose everywhere. Everyone's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I was like, this is so much.
I
like,
told
what the
you
hell's
it's
going
crazy.
on?
I told you.
Yeah, like actually, like the animation's like really good. Like it's so stylized well, and like the actual story is like kind of interesting too. Like the first episode,
yeah, go ahead.
It started a little slow in my opinion, but like once it like started again there, I was like, all right, I'm in it. So
it's sort of like a satire, but still kind of taking itself seriously. Like it's just like the way it does the magical girl thingies, like, it's like very played for like laughs sort of, but still like try to make its own thing. So it kind of works. I do like it. And like you said, I love the animation by Studio Trigger. I love how they animate stuff. It looks really nice. But yeah, it is a very crazy show. Like this is like if you show someone the definition of anime, this would probably be it. It's because of how dumb it is. But I love it. It's great. It only gets crazier. Like you're only in the Tiny Boys. You'll in the Tiny Boy episodes. You're gonna see when it gets really crazy soon.
All right. And I think that's it.
Oh, okay. All right, let me talk about my stuff, and then we could talk about the Spidey DLC. So I have been playing. So yesterday, I think it was yesterday, or was it the day before that? I can't remember. Lethal League 2 came out. I didn't even know that was coming out.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it's called Lethal League Blaze. I did not know this was coming out until like when I saw it on Steam. So I bought it, and it's really fun. It's basically Lethal League 1, but it runs really well. It's all 3D. Well, it's not. It's like 3D models, but still on 2D plane, so it looks very nice. The online works extremely well. I was playing with Kofi yesterday, and it worked extremely well. I didn't notice any lag or anything like that. And I think that was the major problem with the first game, was the online was awful and never worked. But now we played like 2 hours of it, and it works like extremely well. Like we didn't get any lag or anything like that. So it works really. It's nice. And that was my biggest issue with the first game was the online. It didn't work. So it was just a bummer to play. Like it had to be local. But I'm glad they finally fixed the online. They added like 4 new characters. All with
I see a couple of them here.
Yeah, they added 4 more characters. They added more stages, a new game mode. They added story. I didn't play too much of it. I only played like 1 stage, but it looks pretty interesting. Basically, it's just the first Lethal League, but just better. It's sort of like Smash 64 to Melee. Like just kind of just added a bunch of different stuff and made it better. So yeah, it's great. I love it. I love Lethal League. I love the first one. The only thing it needed was good online, and now it does. So if you haven't picked it up, you should. It's only $20, so you would not regret it. It's really good.
Looks like I'm gonna add that to the credit card bill.
Hell yeah, it's really good. It's just Lethal League but better. The other thing I've been playing, because I saw so many other people play, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give it a try. I bought Soul Calibur 6. I've just been playing Fire, and it's really good. I like it a lot. I never really played a Soul Calibur game before. I played like 2 with Link in it, and that's about it. Oh, and 4 with Yoda, because Yoda was in it. But I didn't really pay too much. I didn't pay too much attention to the series. But now I can see why people like it so much. It is very fun. I just miss having one character to play as, because I feel like a lot of the recent fighting games that have been coming out have been like you pick 3 characters and go from there. And I don't know if I really like that too much, because my tiny brain can't handle 3 characters and switching between them. So just having one fighter and just playing it like that is very nice. It also feels like I know what my moves are doing. Like, it's not like there's no crazy particle effects or anything like that. It's more of a simple, like, you hit your button and then you do an attack, and it's very clear on what's happening. And I feel like it's easier for me to really understand what's happening and to predict what other people are going to do, just because I could really see their movements well, without like a bunch of anime explosions happening like in fighters. So I love the combat. It feels very good. And besides that, I don't know if you've been seeing all the memes, but like everyone's just making characters in the character creation.
Oh yeah, mm-hmm.
And it's really fun. Yeah, the character creator is really good. I made a few people and they look like garbage, but if you've seen some of the other things people have made, you can see that the character creator is extremely good. You can make some really funny things, and I've been having a good time with that. The game also has a pretty good single player options. You have the regular story mode, which brings you through the typical story things, like story fighting game things. There's like backstory and whatever. It's pretty entertaining. And then you have the interesting single player game mode, where it's like sort of like an RPG where you make your own character and you like level up and get equipment and stuff and you fight random things. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, and it's pretty fun so far. I also heard it's pretty long. It's like pretty lengthy single player modes. Like the regular story mode takes like 8 hours or something, and the RPG mode thing takes like a lot longer than that. So that's pretty nice. Also has an arcade mode and stuff like that. And then the online options being casual and ranked. Ranked works really well. I haven't had too much lag. Only a few times it kind of lagged pretty hard. But it has really nice filtering options, so you can always connect to someone with like good internet, set in the same region and stuff like that. So that's nice. So you potentially can never get a laggy match if you just set your filters right. And casual mode is sort of like a lobby system where you just join someone's lobby and it rotates through the players. So so far it's been really fun. I already put some time into it. I bought it a few days ago and I already played like 9 hours of it. It is a really fun game. Usually with fighting games I get like buyer's remorse like immediately because I suck at it. This game just feels so fun to play that I don't care. It is very fun. I hope people pick up on this game because it's really fun, and I hope to see it at Evo because I've been seeing some Twitch things on it, some streamers, and pro gameplay looks really good in this game. So hopefully it gets picked up because I know Soul Calibur gets sleeped on a lot. So yeah, it would be cool to see it on Evo.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And besides that, I think that's it. I've been playing through Dragon Quest slowly, but it will get done. And I think that's it besides the Spidey DLC, and I guess we could talk about that.
Okay. Well, before we get into that, I just want to say I played like 5 minutes of Red Dead 2.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
Only 5 because it took 2 hours to download the 105 gigabytes.
Yeah, so, that's a big boy, big meaty.
My God, bro. Like, I got home, like, this morning, I was like, I got a couple hours before I got to go and do this podcast. Let me go and play this game. Bro, the download took so long. I was like, God damn it.
Yeah. That's like that's 100 gigs, dude. Like, that's way too much.
But it looks good. So let's talk about that Spider-Man DLC. So full spoilers, because we don't want to restrict ourselves to, hinting at certain things. Because for the most part, this Spider-Man DLC, you're playing it for the story. Like, there's, when it comes to the gameplay, like, did you like the new screwball challenges and all that stuff?
They were fine. I mean, they were just like busy work, really. I mean, I did them, but
oh, okay.
They were fine. I mean, they were cool. I like them better than the base game challenges.
Yeah, the Taskmaster challenges, definitely, because the screwball ones actually felt like challenges to me.
Yeah, they fit more than the Taskmaster ones. Yeah.
And then what's it called? The the freaking Spidey drone ones. I was just like, man, what the hell is this?
Yeah, that was annoying.
To be honest,
I didn't like that because I just hated when it just knocked me out. Like, don't play as Spider-Man, just play as the slower thing that I don't want to play as. I'm like, all right, thanks. Don't really want to do that.
But story-wise, I thought it was pretty good. Like, I was really surprised. Yeah. Did you actually think that like Peter Parker was gonna be a dad or some shit?
Not at all. No.
Okay.
No. That was very clearly like a bait for like no reason. I'm like, all right.
I was like, bro, this guy Peter's like getting like all hung up on this from like she's playing you like 100%, and also you didn't use a condom. Like, what the hell's wrong with you, bro?
Did you forget? Did it like?
Like, it doesn't cost a fortune to buy one, you know. So, but that whole thing with like him and MJ, like she was just like, oh, okay, well.
I mean, it's not really his fault. I mean, like, you know, like I don't know why she would be mad. It's not like you know.
But my favorite part of the story was actually like the phone calls with the Miles. I thought that was like really interesting.
I like how they're setting up that, you know, Peter doesn't really want to train him because he doesn't want to bring him into like the dangers he was in when he was like his age. But I think it's also important that he knows how to use his powers because, you know, it would just benefit everyone. So obviously I think that's more going to be for the sequel, like the Miles training thing. But we're just going to get little tidbits throughout the throughout this like storyline throughout the DLCs. So
this DLC for the first chapter, which they ended on a cliffhanger with Black Cat potentially dying. I feel like she didn't. Though.
She didn't.
Like, yeah, because I'm like, she knew what she was walking into, and you know, she just wants what's his face?
Hammerhead.
Yeah, Hammerhead to like get that sort of like satisfaction in a way.
Yeah. Also, just to like disappear. Like if she thinks she's dead, she could just do whatever. So. Yeah.
So. But we'll just have to go and see because I believe the next chapter's episode is like gang wars or something like that. So that'll be a interesting take on that. But the funniest part about like Miles and Peter was like when Miles was like, yeah, I didn't use my powers. I just, you know, slam dunk on this guy. I was like, all right, bro.
Yeah, I got dunk on him, dude. I would do.
Calm down.
Got to use his powers for good.
Of course. For high school good and clout or whatever. But yeah, I really like this new Spider-Man because like a lot of it is like alluded, like it's not really shown. I'm not sure what I'm trying to say.
I get you. Like it's like most of the things he's done has just been like said, but we didn't have to like go through it. Like, you know, like like all the fights he has done with like Kingpin, even in the base game where he's like, oh, you've been bothering me for like 8 years or whatever. Or like, I fought Shocker before, or I did this before, or I did that before. It's like we kind of just know, because, you know, we know Spider-Man anyway. Like, anyone that's playing this game probably knows all his backstory and stuff like that. So it's nice that they didn't have to make us just redo it all, because we already know that, you know. Like, there's not much you can do with Spider-Man that we don't already know. So I do like that. They kind of just imply a lot of things as well.
Yeah.
And, you know, it also shows that this Spider-Man is more like a veteran. Like, he knows what he's doing. Unlike most Spider-Mans, like, you know, like the MCU even though I do like that Spider-Man too, but it's like a more inexperienced one. It's also nice to get a more like veteran one. And Sonic seems to be doing a best of both worlds where you have Peter, who's like sort of like the veteran Spider-Man, and then you have Miles, which is like the more younger, inexperienced one. So I think they did a good job with that. But in terms of like the actual story for this DLC, because we were like mostly talking about the other things, I thought it was pretty entertaining. It felt like a very nice extension to the main game. Like I didn't feel any dip in quality just because it was a DLC. It still had the same amount of quality as the main missions in the game, and you know, and I also like how this DLC takes place after all the events of the first game or the base game, because I hate it when DLCs are like in this awkward middle place in the story, so you can't really do much. This one sort of just feels like a continuation of the base game, and I do like that a lot.
The way I would put it is that it feels like an epilogue to like the main game. So, and you know, obviously or hopefully, the last chapter, you know, sort of leads into the sequel? You know, second, the sequel that's definitely gonna happen because this game is still selling like hotcakes, and I believe it was like the best selling like PlayStation exclusive in like years or something like that.
Yeah, so. I think in like 24 years it was been the best one or something like that. Like in the past
something years. Crazy. something crazy like that. So, but yeah, overall, I found it to be very entertaining, very enjoyable. It was great to finally get back into Spider-Man PS4 and actually have a reason to play it. I found it interesting how like they did the like this DLC. It's sort of like in its own like little like subsection in a way.
Yeah.
Because like you got to go to the DLC tab, start like a brand new save and all this other stuff. So that was definitely like very weird in a way, because like they probably could have like done this as like a standalone, but attaching it to the main game I think would have made more sense, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like how they separated it, just because it could have its own unique challenges and stuff like that, and it sort of just like separates it from the main game, I guess. Like it doesn't feel too bloated, because the main game already had a bunch of collectibles and stuff. Like if you did 100% the base game, you're just gonna have even more stuff there, and it just kind of feels like it's
too much.
Too much, yeah. So I kind of like how they separated it. But yeah, overall, I thought it was great. I know some people were complaining that it was too short, but I was kind of expecting it to be shorter. For me, it took about like an afternoon, to 100% it.
Yeah.
So it was a pretty decent length.
It took like 2 hours to like just play through the story, and then 100% is gonna take a couple more hours. So
yeah. For me, it took like 3 hours or so, like 3 hours and 30 minutes or something like that. Okay. So I thought it was a decent length. I was expecting something shorter, but it was a pretty good length. I thought it was worth the money. I mean, if you buy it separately, it's $10. I'd say it was worth $10. And if you buy the season pass, it's $25 for all of them, and I also think that's pretty worth it. So yeah, I mean, I think they're doing a good job with the DLC. I like where they're going with the storyline, and I can't wait to see more of it. To be honest, I love the Spider-Man universe they're setting up, and I can't wait to see the next one.
With you on that, buddy. But yeah, overall, pretty good.
Yes.
Really just looking forward to the next episode, because honestly, I did not realize that this was gonna be like a multi-part thing.
Yeah, me either. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's like a series. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So when there was like to be continued, I was like, oh shit, they really did that to me. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I gotta wait. So, but really enjoyable. Really liked it. But yeah, that's about it. Is there anything else you would like to add, Damian?
I think that's it.
Okay, so thank you guys for listening to the Two Players Podcast, episode 70. We'll see you guys 2 weeks from now with the next episode.
See ya.